Flying. It's something we talk about so casually, but it's one of the most extraordinary things humans have ever achieved. We take it for granted. Book a ticket, board a metal tube, and hours later you're somewhere else, probably complaining about the weather. But think about it. You're stepping into a machine that will soon be thousands of feet above the ground, crossing continents and oceans with ease. But pause for a second. It's still magic. The world shrinks, and places that once took weeks to reach are now just a flight away. One moment you're on the ground, the next you're soaring above the clouds. The city below becomes a patchwork, and the sky opens up in front of you. It's a marvel of engineering. Hundreds of tons of metal and people lifted by the invisible hand of physics. Every takeoff is a carefully choreographed dance of power and precision. The secret? Wings shaped so air moves faster over the top than underneath, creating lift. Simple, yet brilliant. It's a principle that changed the world forever. Next time you're in seat 23A, engines roaring, don't just grumble about legroom. Look out the window and appreciate the spectacle. You're witnessing a modern wonder in action. You're part of one of humanity's greatest achievements. People from all walks of life, all sharing this incredible journey together. You're about to slip the surly bonds of Earth and dance the skies. For a few hours, you're a citizen of the clouds. Or, at the very least, you're on your way to Mallorca. Maybe it's a business trip, maybe it's a long-awaited holiday. Either way, you're flying. Either way, it's properly brilliant. There's nothing quite like it, and it never really gets old. Flying isn't just travel, it's a modern miracle. It's a testament to human curiosity, ingenuity, and our desire to connect the world. And it all starts with getting airborne, that moment when wheels leave the ground and the adventure truly begins. Before passengers even think about boarding, pilots are already deep into preparations, setting the stage for a safe and successful flight. It all starts in a briefing room where pilots meticulously review the flight plan, studying the route, analyzing weather conditions, and identifying any potential issues that could arise during the journey. Next comes the walk around, a thorough, hands-on inspection of the aircraft. Pilots look for any signs of damage, leaks, or anything unusual that could compromise safety, checking every detail from the landing gear to the wingtips. Once inside the cockpit, the pre-flight checklist begins, a time-honored ritual that ensures every switch, button and lever is set exactly as it should be, leaving nothing to chance. One pilot reads each item aloud, while the other confirms. This methodical teamwork is designed to eliminate human error and ensure nothing is overlooked. Together, they check fuel levels, navigation systems, flight controls, and all warning indicators, verifying that every system is functioning perfectly before departure. This careful process helps pilots build a complete mental picture of the aircraft's status and the journey ahead, preparing them for anything that might come their way. By the time they're ready to push back from the gate, the pilots know their plane inside and out, confident in every system and procedure. Preparation is everything. There's no room for improvisation or shortcuts in aviation. Every step is about safety, precision, and discipline, forming the backbone of every successful flight. Only when all checks are complete and every detail has been verified does the journey truly begin. In aviation, you can't just wing it. Thorough preparation is the only way to fly. Flying is all about numbers, especially V1, VR and V2. V1 is the decision speed. Before this, you can abort takeoff. after you're committed to flight. VR is rotate speed, the moment the nose lifts and the plane leaves the ground. V2 is the safe takeoff speed, ensuring the plane can climb even if an engine fails. These speeds change every flight, depending on weight. That's why baggage limits matter. It's physics, not just policy. Pilots calculate total weight, plane, fuel, cargo, passengers, to set these speeds and choose the right runway. Taking off into the wind shortens the runway needed. With the right numbers and conditions, pilots request the best runway and prepare for a safe departure. It's all about precision and planning. Fuel planning is more than just topping off the tanks. First, there's trip fuel, enough to get from A to B, factoring in weight, winds and altitude. Add contingency fuel for the unexpected, stronger winds, reroutes or delays. Then alternate fuel, enough to reach a backup airport if the destination is unavailable. Finally, final reserve fuel, a legal minimum for emergencies, never to be used in normal flight. All these layers ensure there's always enough fuel, even if things go wrong, twice. It's a safety net built into every flight. Careful fuel planning keeps everyone safe, no matter what. With all pre-flight checks complete and fuel tanks filled, the aircraft is finally ready for departure. The anticipation in the cockpit is palpable as the crew prepares for the next phase. Pilots carefully taxi to the runway, following ground instructions, and line up for takeoff. They receive final clearance from air traffic control, confirming everything is set. Thrust levers move forward, engines roar to life, and the plane surges down the runway, gathering speed with every second. At V1, the decision is made. There's no turning back. The commitment to flight is absolute. At rotate, the nose lifts gracefully, and you're airborne. A positive rate of climb is established. Gear up, and the journey truly begins. The landing gear retracts smoothly, reducing drag and allowing for a more efficient, streamlined climb into the sky. Pilots follow a pre-planned departure route, skillfully integrating into busy airspace filled with other departing and arriving aircraft. The climb is a demanding phase, managing heavy weight, high engine power and retracting flaps as speed increases, all while maintaining precise control. Constant communication with air traffic control keeps every movement coordinated, ensuring safety in the crowded skies. Pilots vigilantly monitor all systems, pressurization and engine performance, ready to respond to any changes or alerts. The ultimate goal is to reach cruising altitude safely and efficiently, where the aircraft can settle into stable flight. Only then does the intense workload ease and the cockpit atmosphere becomes noticeably calmer. The climb is a true blend of precision, teamwork and unwavering focus, with every crew member playing a vital role. And just like that, you're soaring above the clouds, well on your way to your destination. At cruising altitude, 30 to 40,000 feet, the pace relaxes. The autopilot takes over routine flying, making tiny adjustments for a smooth ride. Pilots become managers, monitoring weather, fuel and systems. They optimize the route, request better altitudes, and stay in constant contact with air traffic control. Each controller hands the flight off to the next, ensuring safe separation from other planes. Pilots keep an eye on everything, ready to respond if needed. Occasionally, they update passengers or point out a landmark. Outside, it's -50 degrees and the view is spectacular. The cruise may seem uneventful, but it's a time of quiet vigilance. Safety and smoothness are always the priority. Descent prep starts well before the plane drops. Pilots check weather, choose the best runway, and program the arrival route. They calculate landing speeds, lighter now, so slower than takeoff. The top of descent is precisely planned, often using the 3-to-1 rule. At the right moment, they get clearance and begin the gentle glide down. Thrust to idle, nose down, trading altitude for speed. The autopilot manages the fine details, but pilots stay in command, preparing for landing. The most demanding phase, final approach, is just ahead. Below 10,000 feet, focus intensifies. No distractions. Pilots configure the plane for landing, extending flaps and slats for more lift at lower speeds. Most approaches use the instrument landing system, guiding the plane precisely to the runway. Pilots keep the crosshairs centered, making constant adjustments. Landing gear down, final flaps set, and the last checklist complete. The approach must be stable, on path, at the right speed, ready for anything. If it's not perfect, they'll go around and try again. Safety first. Landing is a disciplined, professional dance with the runway. The final seconds are the most intense. At 50 feet, the pilot switches from instruments to visual cues, judging height and descent. The flare, a gentle nose-up move, softens the touchdown, aiming for the main gear to hit first. Too little flare, it's a hard landing. Too much, and the plane floats. Touchdown. A bump, a squeak, and the spoilers pop up to press the plane onto the runway. Reverse thrust and brakes slow the aircraft rapidly. Once slowed, the plane exits the runway. Landing complete. A complex journey, made routine by skilled professionals, ends with a gentle return to Earth.